Most speakers just talk. Very few actually connect with their audience. What's the difference? A perfectly crafted $1 million message. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jared Scott. I am a public speaker. I've booked over 1,000 paid gigs in my career. Today we are going to talk about something that absolutely changed my business, and it's crafting a perfect $1 million message. Something that really makes people lean in, share your name, and say, I have to have that speaker at my event. Now, of course, before we get started, I have to say I'm not a guru. I'm not telling you this is how you have to do this. I'm a guide. I'm just telling you this is how I've done it, and maybe it'll work for you. So let's get started. Here are the top 3 things that I believe make a $1 million message. Number 1, your message should solve a real problem. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about identifying that problem. I filmed an entirely different video for that. The link is down below in the description. But you absolutely have to solve a problem with your presentation. If you're not doing that, then you're just talking. You're just telling a story. And I know everyone has a story. I know this is a touchy subject. Some people feel like their story alone is worth $1 million. And for some of us, that may be true. Maybe you have this incredible comeback story. You've defied all odds and you have this overcoming adversity story that is worth $1 million. And that might be you, but you're in the 1%. Most of us have to solve a problem in order to be paid the big bucks. Because at the end of the day, when people watch your presentation, they need to be motivated, but they need to learn something. They need to have something that they can implement into their life in clear, concise steps. They need to walk away from your presentation with a page full of notes and an action plan. Tip number 2, people need to be able to repeat the main points of your presentation. If they are not able to do that, then you're not being clear enough with your messaging. And if you're not being clear enough with your messaging, then you're not going to be remembered. This is why when we watch a really good movie that has a great storyline, we are able to retain the information and talk all about it. People ask us about the movie, what was your favorite part, and you're telling them everything. So much so that they're like, hey, stop, you're gonna spoil it for me, right? But sometimes you go watch a movie that maybe you personally like, but the storyline was a little off. People ask you, how's the movie? You say, oh, it was great. Well, tell me about it. What was your favorite part? And you draw a blank because you can't really remember the messaging because the movie was all over the place. We've all been there before. We're trying to convince somebody to go see a movie. We can't explain it correctly. And so we just have to be like, trust me, bro. You don't want your clients to have to do that. You don't want your clients to be like, just he's got a good heart, you know, she's got a good story. No, you want them to be like, they solved this problem. Here's the pain points. They talked about this, and this. You gotta see it. If you get your messaging right, people will be able to retain your information. And if they retain your core message and points, then they're able to speak on that to other people that will eventually become your future clients. That's how you turn 1 gig into 5 gigs into 10 gigs into a complete tour and a living for you if you get your core messaging correct. Moving on to tip number 3. Your message should open future doors for you. In my presentation, I am also presenting on future opportunities to work with me in a very subtle and non-salesy way. So yes, this means in your presentation, you have to include a soft pitch. I watch speakers all the time, great speakers that have amazing stories, but when it's over, it is over. And I always think to myself, if I was the person that booked this speaker, am I thinking about bringing them back next year? Probably not. They might have done a great job, so I might be thinking something like, I got to find somebody even better for next year. But if the speaker ended their presentation in a way that kept the door open or led to future doors being open, then there's a next level. It's like at the end of a movie when there's clearly going to be a sequel. It gets the audience excited about what's coming next. That's what you want to do with your presentations. Leave the door open, Make sure there's a future opportunity in your client's head at the end of your program, a call to action to the next step to take with you, not somebody else. Let me give you a personal example. I have what's called the Culture Shift Tour, and it started in schools. Now we do it in corporate companies and organizations as well. Here's how we made the transition to do both. I started speaking at parent nights. And after one of my presentations, I had a parent come up to me. He owned a business, and he said, "Love what you're doing with the kids and shifting the culture of the school." He said, "I actually think what you do here would work well in my company." So at that moment, the light bulb went off in my head. Whatever I want, I just need to say it from the stage. I need to present it in a way that lets the audience know that this is something that I also do. So from that point forward, every single community night, I bring up the fact that I also speak in corporate. And I do this everywhere that I go. If I'm speaking at an event that has high-profile people in the crowd, I talk about our bracelet company called IBIY, where we raise money and have sponsorships to go to schools for free, because there's people in that audience that could probably pay for an entire tour. So I am definitely going to bring that up. I do this everywhere that I go. I'm speaking at convocations, the beginning of the school year, with teachers and counselors. I know my audience. I know what audience they're connected to, and so I obviously bring up the fact that I also speak to the other audience that they could introduce me to. You need to be doing this everywhere that you go. And here's why. You're not just a speaker. You are a business owner. I cannot tell you how many speakers fail because they neglect the business side of speaking. You have to be marketing and representing your brand and selling everywhere that you go. Every phone call, every stage, every conversation is an opportunity to further your business. So please do not sleep on the importance of messaging. Messaging is your brand, and your brand is your business. So that means that if you master your messaging, you will maximize your impact. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, I believe you are the type of person that would benefit from being a part of our Speakhive Insiders group. In this group, we have speakers from all around the world. We give tips, tricks, resources, softwares, and tools. And we also give a list of our vendors. Everybody that we use to build our business, we give to our Insiders group. So if that sounds like a good deal to you, the link is in the description. Just check it out, and I'll see you on the inside. If not, I'll see you in the next video. Peace. I gotta find a better way to sign off.